gaff topsail. Main gaff topsail.
I've never sent those. No, we didn't do it in San Diego.
You won't get centered, so you leave it loose. You pull it all up, it gets nice and centered, then you snug this down tight, and then
all right, on your main gaff topsail. Up main gaff topsail.
Up main gaff topsail. What you knock? All the way, sheet. Hold.
Held the tack sort of with a little bit of resistance just to sort of control it as it was coming out. If there was more wind, if you started flapping everywhere, we use the tack to, just keep a little bit of control on the whole thing. So, once we got the whole thing above the level of the gaff, we needed to make sure that the sheet was eased and then the knock was eased. So basically, we need to make sure everything was eased except for the halyard, because at this point, we want to get the halyard as tight as we can. Who is it that was hauling on the halyard? Right, that got kind of tough towards the end, right? Exactly. It would have been even tougher, and you wouldn't have been able to do it, with all due respect, if these had been tight, we would have been holding the whole sail back. So we made sure that the sheet, the knock, and the tack were all eased, so we could get that halyard all the way up there. Once the halyard was all the way up there, once it was 2 blocks and had, 2 blocks means that literally it is up against the block, that physically it cannot move any further. So, cut the halyard nice and tight, and then we can start taking up on the other parts of the sail. So, we want to spur the creases at that time. So, that's pretty much how it happened. Are there any questions? Does anybody know where the MGT lives when we're not when we're not sailing it?
Green bag of death.
Is what we call the green bag of death, and it can usually on this boat you can find on Irving you find it in A compartment underneath the stairs. In Exie you find it in B compartment underneath the stairs. But it's a big green bag. It takes one or two people to carry it up, depending on how able-bodied they are. And then we set it up on deck before we set it.